OK, right, we're going to move on to this one now in the Telegraph and the rise of the right. I've got quite a Conservative panel tonight, so how do you two feel about this story?
So their tax cuts and patriotism as Spain typifies a continent turning right. It looks like this is a rally in Madrid.
Right.
It looks like there's going to be electoral success for the centre-right Spanish People's Party. They're going to go into some sort of alliance with the Vox Party. We're seeing this across Europe. And to me, it looks like a natural reaction to how Europe has been mismanaged by this woke blob that controls everything now and totally ignores what people's wishes are. If you look at France, you know, people don't want mass immigration. They don't want all the social discord and everything that comes with it. They don't want net zero.
But I thought right-wing populism in Europe was over. I mean, that's what the Guardian's been saying.
Well, it's coming back because people aren't listening. The politicians aren't listening to the people.
Is there a danger? I mean, obviously, you're part Italian, Nicholas, or part Italian, part Iranian, is that right?
That's right.
Right, so you can discuss Italy, for instance. Italy's a good example, isn't it, where people have said that the far right is on the rise there. Giorgia Meloni and people like that who are branded as far right. Now, do you think people like that are simply right-wing populists, or do you think they do teeter into that far-right bracket?
The thing is, the goalposts have moved so much to the left that even the most reasonable, my friend Leo here might be considered far-right in some quarters. And here, the concern is that, for example, in Spain, the Popular Party, which is centre-right, to get the necessary majority, they might have to create a coalition with Vox, who are the far right. And these far right people are so bad that, for example, in the region of Castile-Leon, they have suggested that women who want to abort their children have to first listen to the baby's heartbeat. Can you imagine how terrible these people are?
That's probably the worst thing I've ever heard. The most horrific.
I mean, Hitler personified.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't think there's any risk at all of certain far-right elements creeping in, particularly when it comes to these coalitions?
Listen, if people are worried about the far-right getting control in European countries, stop enacting policies that people don't want. All the net zero nonsense, the uncontrolled immigration, the gender woo-woo nonsense, the incredibly high taxes, people don't want that. Listen to people and do it. Otherwise, it's not a democracy.
It does. I mean, that stuff really does tap into people's negative feelings, and they start supporting parties they otherwise wouldn't normally support.
It's not just about negative feelings. I mean, people talk about populism as if it's a terrible thing. It's like, oh, this politician is doing what the people want. That's what... We're in a democracy. Politicians are supposed to do what the people want.
But the funny thing is how the article has been conceived. That the article argues that while Britain is veering to the left, as if it has been ruled by the right, Europe is veering towards the right, and says, what are these populist party or far-right parties in Europe are doing? Cutting taxes, national identity, boosting the family, and questioning the wisdom of net zero. Sounds familiar? No, because we have been governed by the Tories, who are anything but conservative.
OK, we're going to move on now.
Rejoin Europe.